I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing that's under 100. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing that's under 100. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing that's under 100.
You know what it is. You are in PE with Dave and Jay, where we build while we build. That's my guy, Dave.
What up?
I'm the dude,
what up?
Jay. And guess what? You already guessed it. We got a SuperSet Sunday today. Super excited to have this young lady on. Yes, we are making history here. We have the lovely, the talented, and the very strong and very fit Dynasti. Say hello to the people, Dynasti.
Hi, that was a very great introduction. I'm feeling myself because you said it.
Well, you're doing big things. You're doing big things. So we figured we'd make it big. Yo, we're so excited to have you on. We linked with her through IG. Dynasti has she has some music out. She has some like teasers on her IG page. And I definitely went to Apple Music and I caught the vibe. You definitely have a vibe. You definitely have a vibe. Not everybody is able to do what you're doing, you know? So yeah, just happy to have you on. We're gonna talk about some relationship stuff, right, Dave?
All right. All right.
We're gonna get to the core. We're gonna get to the core, all right? So Dave, go ahead and introduce us to the first circuit. Introduce us to the first circuit and let's get it.
All right, if you guys haven't already, I'm gonna need you to position yourself around somewhere where you can hang, all right? Because everything this circuit here is going to focus on, using our legs to really to work our core, to work our abdominal muscles. All right. So the first workout we're going to do. All right. Well, actually, I'll just show you the whole series so that we can just we can flip on through them. The first workout, man, is going to be a hanging up and over. All right. So you're going to hang everything we're going to be doing. OK. And like I said, it's going to be hanging. So if you need to take a break, please do so. All right. So what we're doing here, we're going to bring our knees up. Right. We're going to bring our knees up to one side and then we're going to bring it over. All right, you see that? I'm gonna start from that end and I'm gonna end up over here. Same positioning though, right? With my knees. All right. And you should feel that all over your abdominal area. All right. The next workout is going to be the hanging knee raise. Now, this one's a little different. Like, when you hear knee raises, you're thinking I'm just gonna come up and do this number. No way, not here in PE, right? So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be trying to extend all the way back to increase our range of motion. All right, because you're not getting anything from here. This is where the money is, right here. You could even feel that contraction in your back, in your lower back, which is what we're doing here as well with core. So we're gonna bring it up and try to extend all the way and bring it back. You guys can see that from the side there. I'm trying to bring my heels back, around to my back. Let me reposition this here. That's probably a little better there. So like as I'm down, I'm bringing my knees, my feet all the way back. All right, and then the next one is going to be the same as the knee raise, but we're going to add a little twist with the kick. All right, as we come all the way back here, we bring it up here, and then we extend out, and then we bring it in, and again, we're still trying to increase our range of motion and bringing our feet all the way back. Simple enough. So what we'll do, let's say, we'll do 25 or 24 for the alternating sides. So 12 on each side. And then 25 for the knee raise and 25 for the kicks. All right, you guys got it?
Wait, Dave, did you say 25, bro?
25. That's a decent number. All right, we shoot for more. We shoot for more if you can. Right? 25 ain't bad.
Dave. Hey, for y'all that forgot, yo, Dave is ex-military. All right, jeez, Dave.
That's a meager number, right? That's a meager number.
Look. 10 is a meager number, yo. For my 10 to 15 folks, I got you. All right, I'm right there with you. All right,
you got it.
I'm a support.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
thank you. There we go.
We gotta think big. Think big. Come on.
Gotta think big. All right. Dynasty's on, so we gotta think big. All right, so y'all go. It's y'all set. All right, it's y'all set. And I got the first combo for y'all. All right. So I'm on IG and on Facebook, and I find this conversation very, very interesting. Right. A lot of Black women too. I see they're talking about they're dissing 50, what they call 50-50 relationships, right? They're saying brothers want us to go half on the bills, and they're not with that, and what they usually add to it is they're not willing to go half on the bills if they're having to be submissive at the same time, right? And I've even I've noticed that they there was even this one thing where I saw it was a video and they were. No, it wasn't a video. They posted it and they wanted responses and comments. And they asked white women if their men are expecting them to go half on the bill. They're expecting them to go 50-50. All these white women were chiming in. We're like, what you talking about? No, we ain't doing that. Where they do that at? All right. So I really wanted, I really wanted to get y'all thoughts on this 50-50 just 50-50 relationships, period. Like, when I say that to y'all, what do y'all think?
All right. 50-50 to me, 50-50 easy, right? Man and women united. You both, it's a partnership. I mean, it's a business, right? It's a partnership. There really shouldn't be, I guess in this day and age, we're getting rid of traditional roles, right? As far as, who's going to be domestic, who's not, whatever have you. But yeah, that's exactly what it means, 50-50. You're both bringing your best. There's no roles. Whatever your best attributes you bring to the table to make that business work, to make that relationship work, that's 50-50. That's what that means to me. Pretty much.
Okay, so you think of it in terms of not just financial, you think of it in terms of energy and effort. Everything that you have to offer, anything positive that you have to offer, 50-50. That's what I would say. Okay. Dynasty, you up? What you got?
So I'm not really a 50-50 type of person. I kind of feel like it's more of a 100-100. I feel like in every aspect of life, you don't really give 50% expecting to get the best results. You have to give 110% when it comes to it. So even in a partnership, it's like we all have to give everything we have versus, I guess, like those traditional roles where, like I contribute in this way, you contribute in this way. It's like, no, we're going to work together to contribute everything we have to make sure that our relationship is as successful as it could be. Otherwise, I just kind of feel like you're kind of doing the bare minimum when you say 50-50, in my opinion.
Okay. So she took the kind of, you have the same.
Well, yeah, I agree with her wholeheartedly. I was just looking at it from the aspect of a union being one, and then what you're bringing to the table. Like you have one pie, you only can slice it up into certain sections, right? So that's how I'm looking at it. Of course, yeah. So I definitely agree with that. Sometimes you're gonna be 70, sometimes they're gonna be 30 in certain aspects, but again, you're still bringing your best to the table.
The best you have.
Okay, so neither one of you agree that a woman should stay at home and take care of the kids, and the man should go to work.
Nah, whoever's better at it. I think if that's what you want, if you want somebody to actually take care of your children, opposed to a nanny or the system, whoever's better at it, man, whoever's actually well equipped or their mindset is stable enough to do so. Because I mean, that's a tough job. Staying home with kids is a tough job. I mean, my kids are older now and just retired now, and just being with them a little bit. I could imagine being with them 24/7 in the home, dealing with their issues all the time. So it's a full-time job. So yeah, anyone who's better at it, who has the mindset to take it, I would say, man, handle it if that's where you want to go.
Yeah, I'm not into like gender roles, so I definitely feel like I honestly feel like we live in a society now where like that's not even a thing. Like you don't have to be the person that stay at home with the kids. Like we can all go to work. Like there's so many options. Like I feel like staying at home with the kids is it was like more of a barbaric thing. Like that happened. I feel like it happened years ago. Like we don't have to live in that world now. And I definitely feel like I stay away from like gender roles because I don't like to box myself in. It's like a woman's role isn't to do this, to do that. It's like a woman can do everything, just like a man can do everything.
That's facts. For sure. I tend to agree with that. I definitely agree with that, right? I still think that there's gender roles though, right? Like we can't completely get rid of the gender roles, right? Because like, for instance, a Dynasty, Dave and I are girl dads, right? So we're like super like girl power. But at the same time, when something goes bump in the night, they all look to me to go downstairs and handle it, because that's kind of like a gender role, right? Now my wife and I, we are what you would call 50-50, but certain things, she ain't gonna kill no spider, you know what I mean? And if I don't kill that spider, she gonna look at me like, nigga, what I need you for? All right?
Hey, but look, Jay, to our defense here, you're better at it. Okay, that's all we're trying to say. You're better at it. You better at killing those spiders, bro. You better, get rid of those intruders or get rid of whoever's trying to, whatever's going to bump it tonight. You better at it. So that's yours for that time. You know what I mean? Like, so she's got your back 10%, right? She's got your back. She's got, she's looking over your shoulder watching you do, kill that spider.
She's gonna be right there.
Right, exactly.
It's kind of hard for me because I'm like, yeah, I agree. Like when my boyfriend says, like, I kind of expect him to do that part. It's like, okay, somebody's knocking at the door at 2 o'clock in the morning, I expect him to go down. But I also think like in a different life, like when I was single, somebody knocked on my door at 2 o'clock in the morning, who got to go do it? I don't have a man here, so I got to go do it. Like, so it's like, I can say that, yes, I feel like there are moments where gender roles matter, but I feel like it becomes really tricky on like, when are they allowed to be a thing? So it's like, I'll say, for me, I think that I don't do things based off gender. I do things based off like convenience. So I don't really think that my man should take out the trash, but I would want him to take out the trash because I don't want to do it. Like, not because he's a fan.
That's honest. That's honest, yo. You got to applaud that, right? You got to applaud that. We don't want to take out the trash either, though, damn it.
I hate that.
Right, and I'm sure like, we got to compromise. We got to figure out what works for both of us.
We see you. What we call those again, Dave? I see you with them.
The up and overs.
It's hard to keep my core tight so I don't swing because I know it's a matter of like,
they're hard.
I got to
keep
keep my
enough.
core tight.
Hey, see, that's good. See, that's how you know somebody's already fit, right? Trying to keep the core tight. That's an important part that I didn't mention. So, hey, for you guys watching, you're doing it again, man. Make sure you keep your core tight. Good point.
We're almost finished with the circuit, but I just gotta kind of drill down a little bit deeper, right? So, what do y'all think about, like, let's say you have two people who are married, man and woman, married, and they're assuming stereotypical gender roles. She stays at home and he works. Do y'all think that? I mean, does that kind of dynamic still work in today's society? Or like a better question is like, Dave, you said it's hard to take care of kids all day. And Dynasti, you're a mom. We all are parents. We know that shit is true, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, would you rather work for a Fortune 500 company making 100K and having to go to work every day? Or would you rather take care of your kid and make 100K and stay at home? Or maybe
still make 100K? You said still make 100?
Still make 100K. Or maybe an even better question, what the point I'm trying to get at is, do men really respect women who take on that stereotypical gender role? The 100K guy who's going to work every day and dealing with traffic and dealing with some man yelling at him or some woman yelling at him, and he has to go home to his wife, who he thinks has been just at the crib. Does he really respect what she's doing? What do y'all think?
Hey,
I'm gonna say,
hey, look.
I can't. Oh, you can go.
No, you got it. What I was gonna do was just push the next exercise so that we have it, and then
we gotta get that sheet. I'm not finished.
Go ahead. You got it.
So I'm gonna say, I can't say if he respects it or not, and I do feel like it's easier to know if somebody respects it once they've been in the position. So it's like, if you haven't played that role of staying home, taking care of the kids, you don't really know how hard it is until you do it. And that's when the respect is there, because it's like, okay, I know that this is not just sitting at home doing absolutely nothing. You really do have to be consistent and attentive, and it's always something to do when you're at home. What I can say is, if it was me, for me personally, I feel like my life is more than just being a mom. So I can't say I would be okay with staying at home getting paid for money, because it's like, I don't feel like I'm living in my purpose. Being a mother is a part of my life and a part of my journey, but it's not the only thing that I am. So it's hard for me to say I would just choose to stay at home and be with my child. Like, that's just a part of my journey. It's not my whole life. Like, being a mother,
like that.
But I can't let it be the only thing that's in my life and the only purpose I live for.
That's dope, yo. Me, shoot, I'll kick it with the kids all day long. Pay me 100 stacks. I don't gotta clock in. I ain't gotta go to nobody's job. I'll do it all day long. They get on my nerves, though. I'm happy to be here right now because I've been kicking it with them all day, right? So I'm just saying, like, pay me 100 stacks and I'll go ahead and start me a business on the side from home. All right,
yep.
so
I'd stay home too, because I know that at least that I'm putting forth 100% into a worthwhile investment, which is the children. So I know that if I'm at the helm and, you know, I'm controlling what goes into their mind. So like, and that's definitely what we need now, because you can see it, you know, the social standing in this country now. I mean, they're just introducing anything to your children and hoping you figure it out. And then the education system in itself, right? I mean, that's another you know, that's another obstacle. So yeah, I would definitely stay home myself, man. And as far as, and I agree wholeheartedly what she's saying, yo, like, as far as the respect factor, you don't know until you walk a mile in those shoes, man. Straight up. It's a good point.
Absolutely, yo. Absolutely. All right, y'all ready to move on to the next circuit?
Yes, we are. All right, so we're gonna be on the ground here for a second for the first workout. It's called Warrior Bow. All right. So the key to this workout here is to engage your core. All right. So we're gonna alternate. We're gonna do left knee to right elbow. All right. So this is how the workout goes. All right. Pretty much you're extending your right arm all the way up, right, and you're trying to, you know, stick your thumb up in the air, and also you're driving your heels back, okay, towards the wall and up in the air, right? So you want to feel that contraction in your lower back a little bit, all right? And then when you're up here at your peak, you're gonna come down and you're gonna try to make contact, elbow to thigh, okay? And then you're gonna hold for a second and you're gonna bring it back up. All right, we're gonna do 12 per side. You're gonna, after 12 on one side, you're gonna switch sides and you're gonna do the opposite, okay? And so that's called the Warrior Bow, all right? And the next workout here is called the Discus Thrower, all right? You wanna get a, you know, relatively lightweight, around maybe, you know, somewhere in the 12 to, I'm sorry, yeah, well, 20 on down range, so 20 to 10 pounds. All right, so pretty much you're gonna be doing a squat reach, all right? But the key with this workout is you wanna hold when you're at the bottom, and you can pivot with your feet. You wanna hold at the bottom, okay? You know, for maybe 2 seconds, and then come back up and hold that for 2 seconds. All right, momentum is not your friend on this workout. All right, down, and then up. All right, and then you're gonna switch sides. So we'll do 12 per side on that, and then the next is gonna be the discus thrower. You'll shed one of the dumbbells for this one. You hold it like such, and the key to this is to keep your feet stationary, right? You don't want to be moving your feet. So you're gonna be trying to reach and touch the ground behind your foot. Okay, a lot of people can't do this, and I can't, but as far as you can, all right, with your feet stationary. And then you're just gonna reach up like you did the other workout. And momentum isn't your friend here either, all right? And then you're gonna do 12 per side. You're gonna feel this all in your core, your thighs, your abs, your lower back, everywhere.
Nice. All right, y'all set? Y'all set? Dynasti look like she got it. All right, just a little, quick little continuation from our conversation about 50-50 relationships. Just to throw my sense into it. I feel like 50-50 relationships is some bullshit, right? I feel like this whole thing that's saying like, I think the whole concept is bullshit, right? They're trying to, you know, say that you shouldn't do it this way, you shouldn't do it that way. I feel like it's some European bogusness that they're trying to throw on people who are trying to get it. You feel me? Like African Americans started behind in this country, and we were fed the scraps. It's like them trying to tell us how to make soul food. You feel me? And telling us that we can't use it to get ahead, right? Like a black man and a black woman already have enough struggle as it is, just trying to keep their family together. When there's so many things systemized and to bring them apart, right? Now here we go with this European construct of the man has to work and make all the money, and the woman has to stay home and take care of the kids. It's European bullshit. It came from a time when white men thought that women were pure as shit. Or it came from a time when white men thought that they were the gods of the earth and women weren't even hardly supposed to speak. It came from a time before feminism or womanism. I feel like if any black person is letting white people tell them how they should be raising their families, they need to read a book, right? They need to read a book and they need to read their history. I think it's some bullshit that's designed to keep us from achieving success and achieving wealth. Okay, you feel me? Greatness, because what it really takes, anybody will tell you, what it really takes in this today society and the way the currency is or the economy is now, what it takes is 2 working adults. You got to work together to raise these damn kids, It makes sure TikTok not raising them, and you got to work together to make sure that you can stack and build and stack and build and stack and build. If you're an able-bodied adult and you're in your right mind, I think you should be out there trying to get the bag, no matter whether you're a woman, no matter whether you're a man, or whether you're non-binary. That's what my take on it is. You feel me? I think it's all designed to keep us from getting to the bag.
And brother, you're doing a great job. All right, gotta tell you that right now.
Thank you. All right, so let's move on then. Let's move on. I want to ask this question. Subserviism, right? This argument lends into women being subservient, right? What does that look like? I mean, it seems like, people want to quote the Bible, right? Like, some of the most evil people, they want to quote the Bible, right? So they want to talk about, women need to be subservient. It's okay. And even women, I hear them saying, I want my man can go ahead and make all the money, but he need to do that if you want me to be subservient. What does subservient look like? What is submission? You have to be submissive. What does that look like? What do y'all think about that?
Oh boy. You got it, Dynasti? You on it? Oh, you
Look, because I got a lot to say. Hold on, I need to finish my. Okay, I'm gonna say, my boyfriend and I, we talk about being submissive, and we kind of agreed that we don't really agree with. It's kind of hard because it's hard to say, like, we don't really agree with what's being said in the Bible about submissiveness. And I think, like I said, a lot of the traditional values they come from such an ancient time when some of those roles made sense. So it's like a woman being submissive to her man who went out and provided everything. That kind of made sense in the time. But like the times that we live in now, women are making money. Women are contributing. It's a lot of 50-50 situations and a lot of men that still expect submissiveness when women are doing the exact same thing they're doing, if not more. So for me, we agreed, like, submissiveness is something that has to happen with both parties. And it's a matter of submitting for the sake of your relationship, not really submitting to your spouse. So there are moments where, like, let's say he gets angry, or really, let's say I get angry because I am more of a hothead. So it's like he'll know, like, that's a weak trait of mine. So instead of him feeling like as a man he should be superior and I should submit to him, he understands, like, as a person I'm flawed, and if he has, if he's better at calming a situation down, that's a moment where he submits for the sake of the relationship. Does that make sense?
Yes, I can see that. Definitely, that's what I'm on.
That makes total sense to me.
Yeah,
that makes total sense. I love that. I love that term when it comes to submission. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I'm with you. The same thing. It's again, is go as far back as when these things came about. As far as the word traditional, right? When you think about that, right. Yeah, it has a past. So yeah, I mean, it's not the same. The man is not out there, with a mule and a plow, you know what I mean? Bringing home the bacon that way anymore, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely, they've made, well, the thing is, you got to look at, it's just like I guess, African-American culture right now, right? It's just, before they weren't allowed to do certain things, and now they can. So that, the culture changes. And it's the same thing between a man and a woman. That's a good point. All right, let me get back to this here.
Yeah, I think you killed it, Dynasti. I don't even have anything to add to that, yo. It's something bigger than yourself, right? If you're choosing to be in love and be in a relationship, you got to submit to something bigger than yourself. Yeah, I think overall submissiveness, it's not even, again, it's not binary, right? It doesn't matter what gender you are. First, you need to submit to something, before you can submit to a relationship. You got to submit to, like we all submit to the gym, right?
Right.
I'm sure you probably, if you went to the gym yesterday or the day before that, you didn't want to go.
The gym.
I didn't want to go.
The gym submits to me, damn it. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. I run this in here, bro. Nah.
But we submit to the program, right? We submit to the goal that we set. So that's the same thing. I feel you on that, Dynasti. Definitely feel you on that. Whew. What you think about those discus throwers?
You liking them? You loving them? That's what you're doing. And again, though, look, man, you really feel this. You really feel this if you can just hold it at the bottom and hold it at the top, right? There you go. You can really, yeah. When you hold that, you really feel it, man. That's where the money is, man. You know, exercise is all about discipline, man, and form. You got that, man. Everything's hard, right?
Yeah.
You can make anything hard.
You said everything's hard.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more question for y'all. I got one more question. This is something else that I saw on social media. I think Dynasti, you might love this one too. Red flags. Red flags. Yeah, Dave, you don't be on social media like that. You know about the red flag thing that's been going on?
Nah.
I mean,
So is that cancel culture? Is that part of it?
Oh, nah. Well, it's canceling people, kind of. The red flags, it's like basically, what is a red flag in a relationship? Or like, flag on the play. Like, as soon as you see this, you see a person doing this, you know that it ain't right. They're toxic. You know, they're not going to be good for your situation. As soon as you see them do this, you see them do that. Now, I'm curious, you know, because everybody has different red flags. Like, for instance, this is going to sound real petty, but before I got married, I had been through a bunch of, you know, what I would say bad relationships, and I was mostly the problem. But once I started getting myself together, you know, I had two daughters that were staying with me full time, so I had to take dating very, very seriously. You know, so like one of my red flags. Sorry to any of the workout buddies that have Androids, but one of my red flags is if you don't have an iPhone, I wouldn't talk to a woman unless she had an iPhone, bro. And this is why. It sounds petty as shit, right? But this is why, right? This is why. Because, you know, I wanted to talk to a woman on the phone for a while before we would get together, before we would even go out, you know, before, you know, I would spend money on her, before I definitely would let her come to my house to be around my kids. I wanted to speak to her for a little while. But I wanted to be able to FaceTime her in her element at some random time, right? And I really only wanted to date women who had children, because I had children. So I wanted to FaceTime her, like, say, at 9:16 on a Tuesday night, right? And when she answered, I want to see, like, what's she doing? Or are her kids awake? You know, or are they asleep getting ready for school? It tells me everything I need to know, right? And at that time, you know,
reconnaissance.
I to see her.
Reconnaissance.
I'm doing reconnaissance, bro. And of course, you can do it with Android, with Google this and Google that. But nah, ain't no reason to not answer a FaceTime call. We all got iPhones. We know that, right? So that was a red flag for me. I know it's super petty, you know, but needless to say, I'm happily married now. I got what I want. All right, so red flags, I think they might matter. What y'all think? You got any red flags? What's your red flags, Dynasti? I know you got some.
Okay. So yeah, the red flags that I would create were red flags that I saw in myself. So the person I'm dating has been a person I dated like on and off for years, maybe like let's say 10 years now. So I would know, like, sometimes when I would go into dating situations, I was dating too early. And so if I met someone that would talk about their ex, I would stop dealing with them, because I knew that I wanted to talk about my ex, because I wasn't over my ex. I wasn't over the situation. So it's like when I saw him, it's like, you like me, and I can't talk to somebody like me right now.
Wow.
So I would be like, yeah, red flag, can't do it. Also, another red flag that I saw was like when guys would kind of go ghost for like hours at a time. I'm like, everybody keeps their phone on them. There's no reason for you to go ghost if you're not at work. Because it was like when I was dating during COVID, it would be like, we are all stuck in the house. There's no reason for you to not be able to pick up the phone or text back in a timely manner. That was a red flag for me.
Huh. What is ghost? What is that? Is that like kind of like is that an option on your phone? Is that something that you
No.
Look, I'm not a tech savvy guy. Like,
it's a character from Power, bro. It's a character.
Look, I thought it was something that you could do and press on your phone like a meeting mode or something, like, you don't hit me up there, like a driving mode when you texting. You know? Texting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the no texting while driving type of thing.
Yeah, okay.
It's like when somebody is absent for hours, like someone doesn't communicate with you for a long period of time.
Okay, the literal sense, ghost. I got you. Okay, yes. All right.
You're gone. You're just absent.
Yeah. Part of my ignorance, you know.
It's okay.
Yep. Yep. Yo, y'all ready for this next one?
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
I want to hear what your red flags are before we go.
I don't have red
Man, you
flags.
lucky, yo, you so lucky. You so lucky that the dude is talking so loud. I gotta go on mute because you know I was gonna clown your ass. Oh
No,
God.
I ain't got no red flags, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, I just
There's
have a
no,
question. Dynasty is that a setting on my phone? That's
Just
my
let him
old
pass.
friend Dave. That's my
Let him
old friend. All
pass.
right, Dave, what we got? What we got,
Yo,
bro?
all right. So the next circuit, we're here on the ground, and we're gonna do Jay's favorite here: spread leg, banana, cannonball. All right. So let's get down to to the name. All right. So this is the banana right here, right? And we're gonna be spread leg. Okay, that's the other part. And then here's the cannonball. Easy, right? Spread leg, banana. Here's the cannonball, right? And now what the key is, you want to fight to stay off the ground. You want to keep your appendages off the ground. Keep them feet, keep those legs, keep those arms off the ground. And come all the way up and cannonball it. And then back down, all right? The next one is going to be called a Mason twist, but it's going to be like a crunch with a Mason twist, right? So we're going to be down here in the banana, legs closed, right? We're going to come up, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're back down. We're gonna come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's the workout. So I apologize. We're gonna do 20 of the spread legs, and then we'll do 12 of the Mason twist, and then we got oblique V-ups. All right. So we're gonna lay on our mats here. We're gonna swing our legs out to about 15 degrees here. Okay. We're gonna have the arm that's on the ground flat like this, okay? Okay, so the whole point of this is not to use your elbow as leverage to get yourself up there, man. The whole point is using these obliques. You're gonna work these muscles to get them right? So that's, you don't want to cheat. So you put your arm behind your head or your hand behind your head here, and you're up with your legs and your torso, and you want to try to make contact. See that? And I'm not using this arm. See, I could take that away. I'm not using that arm. Straight up using the obliques, all right? And then you're going to switch around and do 12 on the other side. 12 and 12. You guys got it?
Got it.
All right.
All right, cool, man. Cool. Excellent. Y'all set. Dynasty. Actually, it might be my set. I'm going to ask you, let's do what we do with all of our SuperSet guests. Want to get to know you a little bit more. So we'd like to ask, where'd you come from? Where are you now? And where are you headed, or where are you going? Go ahead. No story time. What you got?
Okay, so I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I moved to Houston almost 2 years ago. So I graduated from LSU, and I graduated in early childhood education. So I moved out here, and now I teach 5th grade math and science. It was a transition because before I taught kindergarten. So now I'm teaching the older kids. I feel a little better about that. As far as where I'm going, I'm pretty content with where I am right now, location-wise. I have been thinking about pursuing getting my certification in personal training. Being that I'm as consistent as I am in the gym, I feel like it's more of a I may as well do it type of thing. I get a lot of people that inquire about, fitness tips, and I want to be more educated on the advice I give them. So I'm like, well, I can do some studying and learn more about it and just help other people, because ultimately that's a part of my journey. I know I want to be more for the society. Let's see. What else do you ask? I forgot.
There's a lot.
You do music. You definitely do music.
Okay, definitely.
The album is dope. Yeah, the album is dope, man. Days of the Week. I'm not gonna lie. Look,
that's a cool name too. That's a cool name.
Especially the way she spelled it, and then all the songs. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My favorite joint is Wednesday. I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
I like all of them though. All of them are a vibe, man.
Thank you so
sounded
much.
a little angry though.
Oh,
sounded a little angry.
It was definitely the place that I was in. I was definitely in that place. We worked on that album, me and a couple of my friends. We worked on that album for almost a year, a little over a year actually. I did a lot of development training with them. They helped me learn to, show emotion in my music. So that was a big project for me, something I'm still super, super proud of myself for. And I know that that was something I couldn't have accomplished without the guys that I was working with, they made that happen, in all honesty. But as far as my music, I do want to continue to do it. I've been having a hard time getting back into it, honestly, because I have been so focused on, like, I guess putting myself in a good headspace. Like you said, you can hear my music that I was angry, and those were emotions that I was feeling. So I had to get out of that headspace to feel better about, I guess, like life. So I'm trying to learn how to kind of get into characters instead of having to feel the emotions in actuality, because it makes it so hard to progress in life when you stuck in those emotions. So I kind of shied away from my music for now.
All right,
that's a good point.
Got a question.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I got a question. All right, so look, we talk about teaching, right? All right, I got to do this, right? But do you see a bias? Do you see a bias for us? And are you? And if you do, what do you do to combat it? You know what I mean? Like, do you see like the curriculum kind of shifting, towards a certain demographic, or do you see it to where to simplify this, what do you think are the major flaws in the school systems for us?
I don't feel like there is anything in the school system that's for us. I think there's nothing that supports Black people when it comes to like education. Like even when we speak about like, oh, Black History Month, like I don't teach social studies, but like when it comes to like Black History Month, I noticed that in the classroom they don't do anything to teach the children about our culture. They don't do anything to talk about that. Like we have like a Black History fact, but the kids that are coming up now, they know very little about African Americans. They know very little about our history, our past. And I can even say that when I was in school, that was still the same situation. So now it's like I feel a guilt that I don't cater to it, because if I don't, who will? Like that was something that teachers were supposed to teach us. And so, and like I said, that wasn't even something that was big when I was growing up in school. So I have to educate myself more on what our history was, what our past was, so I can educate our kids.
And take notes, guys. Parents, we have to do more. We have to do more, because the schools ain't doing shit. Schools ain't doing shit.
It's not.
You know what I mean? And for us to all believe that it's their job to do so and to actually produce, I guess what we're gonna call contributing citizens, we're wrong. Okay, all they know how to do is really, they know how to manufacture employees. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
That's a big point.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I used to be an eighth grade. I taught at one point, right? I would say that the curriculum isn't geared towards teaching Black history or necessarily teaching the truth. But I would say a lot of teachers, they see that and they know that, and they're trying to combat it, right? So because there's a hell of a lot of black female teachers and Black men too. So we try to, they try to sprinkle in the truth, but there's still standards that the state sets forth. So it's like, if you have to teach, go ahead.
No. I agree that there are teachers that do try to, but I feel like the school system make it super hard to actually get to that. Like a complaint that I have as a teacher is like, I don't really have those moments that I was looking forward to with my kids as far as being intentional about like getting to know them, forming those relationships, because they require so much out of teachers to do in the classroom. So it's like, if it's not put inside of the curriculum, it's really hard to get to it. Like you have to make that time outside of the classroom. Like, at recess, I'll have to sit there and talk to them about it, because during the day we have to hit A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it's like, there's no time left to have those conversations about things that's not already inside of the curriculum, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Definitely.
Makes total sense. Yeah. I like what you said about, getting focused on like learning more about fitness and training. That's dope. It would even be dope, because of breast control, even catering to other artists. I'm sure other artists. One thing that people don't consider, they think, I want to be a rapper, right? oh, I want, most singers know about breath control, but a lot of dudes, they don't know about breath control and they want to be rappers. The first thing you realize when you try to perform a song, you like, the song is dope, the beat is lit, and you spit the bars in the booth and everything, but when you try to perform that song on stage, son,
right,
you gotta have some cardio in them lungs. Yeah. So it would be dope even to cater towards, cardio for artists too. That's super dope, man. That's super dope.
That would be fly. Hey, I got another one. What piece of advice would you give, I guess, females that are dealing with issues, postpartum, like as far as the fitness thing, like that's the biggest thing. I know Jay's he's an upcoming personal trainer himself. I know and you hear that a lot, like, hey man, after the kid, it was the toughest thing, to get in the gym. It's the toughest thing to lose this weight. I mean, what kind of advice would you be able to give, like I said, postpartum mothers to really kind of get them motivated to get in here and get it in?
I mean, I think like for me, I had to realize you have to learn to love your body at all phases, because it was hard seeing my body transition from when I wasn't pregnant to when I was pregnant, and then seeing that after I had the baby, and even after working out, some things about my body just don't change. They don't change because what happened, it was something that happened to my body. And so I think it was super, super important to just learn to love your body through every phase, because even as you get older, regardless of post baby, it's like as you get older, your body does transition. And so it's like you can constantly feel the need to want to look better, to be better. You'll have like body dysmorphia, but it's just like you kind of have to put in your brain that every part of your body is beautiful. You have to feel that about yourself, because you're never gonna feel completely the same. And if that's what you're looking for, you're gonna be disappointed.
Well, that's great advice, though. That's great advice. I thought she was gonna be like, do 1,000 sit-ups and do some planks like this.
Yeah, like stop playing, get your ass in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what she was gonna be.
No. And when I had my baby, I didn't go to the gym. Like, it took me like 10 months to go to the gym after I had my baby. I didn't even get back in the gym. And even when I went to the gym after having her, I wasn't consistent. So it was just like, it was just a transition, like a mindset. And I struggled with it. Like, I definitely struggled with, like, I wasn't content with what my body became. And I mean, I can still see differences in my body now. And now it's less like, it's less of a thing for me, because like I said, I'm also knowing that as I get older, my body's just not going to look the same. It's just not, no matter how much work I put into it, it's not going to look the same.
Yeah. Yep. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I got you. 100%. That's how I psych myself up. We go through these bulking and then cutting stages, and then in the bulking stage, you're like, man, I'm never going to get back to where I was. And, but you gotta, like I said, enjoy the process, man, and get it in, man.
You are a different beast, though, Dave. You are a different beast.
Yeah, talking about doing 25.
Come on.
25.
Hey, it's a guideline. It's a guideline.
Yo, Dynasti, how your abs feel?
They hurt. I do feel like I'm like, if you look at me, I have abs, but they're really weak. Like it's just more of like a natural thing that I have versus I work them out really well. My abs are weak as hell. So working them out is still difficult for me.
Cool. Gotcha. Well, we're glad
we picked the right one.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Of course, we want to ask for you for a leave behind. Any advice? I mean, you've already given us so much. We just want to ask what is something that you've been dealing with and thinking about, or something that you live your life by. It's something that you can leave our workout buddies with. What you got?
I would have to say, looking at the glass as half full rather than half empty. I think it's just having a positive mindset. You can always look at anything and see the negative in it, but the ability to see the positives out of, negatives and failure is, I think that's golden. And that's the key to success in life. Like, you just have to be able to find the positives in everything. Otherwise, you're going to be out here complaining about everything, very disappointed, and you can't live life like that. Not happy, at least.
All right. So, Dynasti, since you gave us so much good advice, how about what you got for today's PE?
I'm going to go with positive energy.
Yeah, I love that one. Positive energy. All week long. Nice. All month long. All year long. For the rest of your life. With positivity. Yo, Dynasti, you so dope. I thought this would be a great idea. I be having good ideas, huh, Dave?
Yeah, you on it. You on one, man. You on one.
Dynasti, thanks so much for joining PE. And thank
Appreciate
y'all
it.
for
Thank
joining us for another week. And we definitely got the links. We got the IG links on Dynasti, and we got the links to her Apple Music. Hey, thanks for building while we build. Been in PE with Dave, Jay, and Dynasti. Yeah.
I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing that's under 100. I don't want nothing.